evening and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 127, a new mitzvah. Mitzvah that keeps your soul on its way. And here we go. It's also in Parshas Vayikra, using the Sefer Hachinuch, the obligation to add a fifth to the payment for improper consumption of temple property or its misappropriation. Complicated mitzvah, but we'll get through it. If a person commits treachery and sins unintentionally against Hashem's holies, he shall bring his asham offering, that's a guilt offering, to Hashem, an unblemished ram from the flock, with a value of silver shekels, according to the sacred shekel, for an asham offering. For what he has deprived the holy, he shall make restitution and add a fifth to it, and give it to the Kohen. Then the Kohen shall provide him atonement with the ram of the asham offering, and it shall be forgiven him, and that's in Leviticus. It is prohibited to derive unauthorized benefit from hekdesh, which are items consecrated to the Beis Hamikdash of the Holy Temple, or to appropriate such items from the domain of hekdesh. The misappropriation of hekdesh is known as me'ila, literally treachery. One who transgresses this prohibition must make restitution for any benefit he received. It's sort of like stealing, but stealing from God, from God's holy items. As the Hachinuch shall explain, if one committed the me'ila intentionally, he repays only the principal and also incurs malchus, which is lashes. If one committed the me'ila unintentionally, he does not incur malchus, but in addition to repaying the principal, he must add a fifth, called a chomesh, like the word chumash, to his payment, and also must bring an asham offering, a guilt offering. The asham offering is discussed in mitzvah number 129. In this mitzvah, again, this is 127, the Hachinuch addresses the requirement of paying the chomesh and other laws pertaining to me'ila. It is an obligation upon anyone who derived unlawful benefit from hekdesh, again, property of the Beis Hamikdash, the temple, to make restitution. This applies whether the benefit was derived from items consecrated to be brought as offerings upon the altar, or from items consecrated for upkeep of the temple. Person can do it for either one. He says here in the footnote, it's a little bit long, but we'll see what we read of it. Hekdesh is divided into two general categories. One category is kache mizbeach, items consecrated for the altar, and a second lower category is kache bedek habayis, items consecrated for the upkeep of the temple. Just like a shul, right? Sometimes you got to pay for new things, sometimes you got to pay for the upkeep, and shuls, because there's so many of them, our local membership is a lot higher. It could be $1,000, $2,000 more. But if we just had the Beis Hamikdash, one temple, one shul, our membership would be about $1.50. It's worth it, folks. We got to pray for Mashiach. Okay, so those are the two types of hekdesh, right? Fine. While items consecrated for the altar have kedushas aguf, physical sanctity, in as much as they are used as offerings, items consecrated for bedek habayis, again that's for the upkeep, have only kedushas damim, monetary sanctity, meaning that they are consecrated for their value. They are either used for the repair of the Beis Hamikdash, or for the temple, or are sold by the temple treasurer with the money obtained from the sale, then used to pay for the repair and upkeep of the Beis Hamikdash. Okay, there's more on that, but let's move on. So again, the person has to pay this fifth, whether he benefited from those two different items, whether it's items consecrated to be brought for offerings upon the altar, or from items consecrated for upkeep of the temple. This rule further applies even to an item that is subject of a cherem that is designated for the Kohanim. That's a certain type of item that a person designates just for the priests. Similarly, this applies to one who derives illegal benefit from Kedoshim Kalim, offerings of lesser sanctity, or who eats of the holy in error. That is to say, a non-Kohen who unwittingly partakes of Truma, which is special food just for the Kohen, one must pay the value of all that he ate of the Truma, or benefit from the consecrated items, with the addition of a fifth. That fifth payment. He must also bring an offering to atone for his error. Mitzvah number 129, which must be a ram worth 2 salayim or more. This offering is the one offered to as the asham offering of me'ila, and it is one of the 5 well-known definite asham offerings. Okay, there's more on this. Let's just finish this paragraph. We are so commanded as it is stated, if a person commits treachery, etc., and sins unintentionally against Hashem's holies, he shall bring his asham offering, again that's the guilt offering to Hashem, an unblemished ram from the flock with a value of silver shekels. And it is stated further, for what he has deprived the holy, he shall make restitution and add a fifth to it. Stop here. See you tomorrow.